Hi, today is the 20th of December. We're towards the end of the year. And I think this Copilot webinar that we have today, empowering your organization with Copilot, is going to be really helpful. And that's what we're here for today. I'm Marlene Tevar from the Enterprise Sales Team, Intelligent Technologies. And I have Hari Narayan Singh, who heads Intelligence Digital Marketing and Automation Team. He will be our main presenter for today. Okay, so on the next slide, what you see is a QR code on the bottom left corner of your screen. What we are interested today is to have an interactive session. We want to know what kind of crowd and what kind of audience we are catering to. We want to understand more about you guys so that Hari, through his demonstration, can personalize this presentation, can work towards understanding who you guys are. So you need to scan the QR code on the bottom left corner and answer the question, what industries do you represent? So I think we already have a couple of responses. Yes, we have another: manufacturing, legal, IT, food, oh, recruitment, that's HR, that's great. I think let's wait for a few more responses. It's an anonymous survey, and you don't need to have any sign up or registration forms and no hassles. It's simple QR and a response. So our objective is that we can make it more relevant for you. This webinar can be relevant throughout. Okay, that's great. I think legal, we have many members from our legal team. We have manufacturing, IT, food, recruitment. That's great. Perfect. I think, Hari, moving on. Next, Hari will take over and he will walk you through a quick introduction.
Thank you, Malam, for collecting the feedbacks. Yes, that would be great. And I'll be obviously customizing my delivery according to these industries shared. Now, before we jump right in, I'd like to clarify uh, the presentation delivery and the demonstration that we are going to see today is not just focused on these particular industries. The way of working with Copilot might change with your domains, but then the productivity it brings will be same all over these industries. So it's just that how you prompt your Copilot and what are your objectives will change as per your different industries and your requirements. So let us look at a problem statement today. So as we already know, the number of meetings we conduct is increasing. The number of searches, it can be on our internal search engines like SharePoints or other directories, or through browsers will increase. The number of employees, the percentage of employees, now they don't have their energy or the enough time to do their job on point. So basically we spend more time conducting meetings, we spend more time collating the follow-up activities and the follow-up tasks. Now Microsoft came up with a solution which is Copilot for Microsoft 365 that helps you automate these activities. So basically you have Microsoft 365 chat and then Copilot across these Microsoft applications. So you have Copilot embedded in your productivity applications like Outlook and Teams, which can help you with your ongoing or post meetings. And then you have Copilot embedded in Office applications as well. The numbers that you see on screen are from Microsoft Work Trend Index. So basically, these are some research data being collected via Microsoft partners and the Microsoft companies and associates. So basically, they perform these kind of research every year, and the data is available publicly. So what we see right now is an R&D of how Copilot has already changed the way we work. So before we jump into the demonstration, let me just quickly explain what Copilot is and what all models we have what all modules we have with Copilot. So basically a combination of natural language, which is comprised of first large language models. So LLMs will give any AI bot the ability to respond in a natural and interpretable language. Microsoft Graph is something that is only specific to Copilot. So basically, Microsoft Graph is nothing but your organizational information. So, for example, as Hari Intelligent, whatever I have access to, Copilot model can access these files, my meetings, my Outlook emails, etc. And then you have the Microsoft 365 app component. So basically, this component helps you interact with your Copilot. And last but not the least, the web component. So web component gives your Copilot the ability to get information outside of your organization. So if you have ever heard about Copilot, Microsoft always emphasizes that Copilot works inside of your service boundaries. But this is that plugin that helps Copilot to collate information outside from your organization if you are working on something generic. So this is how Copilot basically works, a small architecture. And let me actually show you a walkthrough of preparing an event with Copilot. Now, this event can be a marketing event. This event can be an internal event, a monthly meeting maybe, or a sales report. So basically, you can start by using Microsoft 365 chat, which can help you quickly catch up with your latest developments, discussions, announcements, etc. You can get this information and conduct a meeting. Once the meeting is being conducted, Copilot can help you gather information like who spoke when, what are the follow-up activities, what are the activities assigned to particular people. They can be your internal users or outside your organization as well. So let's say if you are conducting a meeting with people outside of your organization, Copilot will also help you with follow-up activities for these external users. Now, with this information, I can maybe decide to draft a Word document, preparing the list of activities or list of to-dos for my internal and the external team involved in my Teams meeting. With the Word, I can now use that Word file with Copilot to create a PowerPoint presentation. So we'll be looking into this flow in a more comprehensive demonstration shortly. But this is just to give you an overview of what Copilot can enable you to do. And then I can now decide to do a follow-up meeting in Teams with Copilot based on the PowerPoint presentation or any other information that we have collated up till now. Lastly, you can use Copilot in Outlook to summarize all the activities and draft a comprehensive report. So let me show you or walk you through a comprehensive demonstration with a few use cases based on the industries that you have shared. But before that, I'd like to quickly collect your sorry your responses on so I can put it two ways. So basically, if you were to use Copilot, right, what Microsoft application would you prioritize? Or let's say you're not already using Copilot, so which Microsoft application do you use on daily basis? So I would like you to respond on priority basis. You can again do the same thing. Simply scan the QR code and select your options and submit. The first click would be basically your first priority. So I would request you all to please share your responses and then I can demonstrate accordingly. Okay, we have our first response coming in, which is Outlook. All right, let us wait for a few more responses. So I am sure we might be using a lot of other applications like SharePoint, Teams, PowerPoint. But yes, I totally agree. We use Outlook day in day out, and we do receive a lot of emails as professionals. So I'll give you a few more minutes to come up with a few more responses, maybe. And yes, you can find the link to the survey in the chat section. Our associates have been sharing the links for all these surveys. You can directly click those and submit your responses as well. Okay, I guess there was some delay in the updates for real-time feedback. Yeah, we have received a few more responses, so I think we are happy to proceed. So I'll prioritize Outlook, and based on your feedbacks, we'll look into Teams and the features provided by Copilot in Teams. So before we jump right into the live demonstration, I would like to quickly hand it over to Marlene, so she can introduce what Intelligent does and our offerings for you.
Thank you so much, Hari. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what we do. Intelligent Technologies, we are a digital transformation company, and we have been around for the last 25 years. We have three major verticals under our business. The first one being software outsourcing, second one Microsoft Consulting, and the third one cloud consulting. For software outsourcing services, we have web app development, mobile app development, UX, UI services, system integrations, and we also do a lot of remote hiring. We also have Microsoft Consulting, where we have dedicated teams for dynamic sales, customer service, marketing, business central, which is a huge part of our, physical strength here in office. And then we have project operations, FNO, and yes, also Copilot. We also have under a different line, we have Power Automate and Power Platform, Power BI, Power Apps, Power Pages. In terms of cloud consulting, we have Azure migration, hosting, disaster recovery, and hybrid cloud computing. We have a lot of assessments and POCs that we do around Microsoft Azure. We over the last 25 years, we have also gained a lot of accolades. We have the CRN Excellence Award in 2020, 21, and 23. Microsoft Gold P2P Award, and the SME Channel Award most lately in 2024. Now, for Microsoft, we are not just in India, but in four other regions, that is US, Singapore, Australia, and Europe. So that's five regions for y'all. And I think Hari's ready with the next part of the presentation for us. Hari, back to you.
Thank you, Marlene, for sharing the quick intro. And all right, let us switch to what we all have been waiting for. So before I jump over and switch my screen, I would like to share this. We again have a feedback survey. So basically, this is a Q&A survey link. So while I'm demonstrating you the Copilot features on different applications, you can please go ahead and scan this, and you can meanwhile submit your questions. So I'll be covering the QA. I'll be covering your questions under the Q&A section at the end of this presentation. But meanwhile, you can also find the Q&A survey link in the chat section. So please feel free to keep on asking these questions while I'm covering the quick demonstration of Copilot in different applications. So let me switch over to Outlook first, and we'll cover up the features that we have with Copilot. Okay, I hope you all can see my screen. All right. So here a simple use case for any industries. A generic example would be a long email chain, right? We might spend a lot of time, a lot of hours reviewing these emails where we our engagement or a response might not be necessary. You might be involved in different email chains or different discussions that were not too necessary for you to focus and read each of these individual emails. In which case, Copilot can help you reduce that time by a significant amount. So let me show you an example of a longer email chain here. Uh, yeah, right here. So we have a few emails here and then a few people involved in this email chain as well. I think I should have a better example. Yeah, let us consider this. So now you have a couple of emails. Maybe for example's sake, you might receive a few more emails tomorrow, right? And then you might want to spend time reviewing each of these emails. Or with Copilot, you can simply select summary by Copilot. Now, what's running in the back is it will individually analyze all of these emails, scanning through three things. So basically, first, any mentions that you have. Second, any action items that you were assigned, and third, any critical information related to finances or the thread. So basically, Copilot is trying to understand the email thread and trying to collect any critical information that where you were not mentioned or there is no follow-up activity, but it is still important. So, for example, this one, you proposed a meeting next week to discuss. So now this is important for me to know so that I'm aware we have a meeting upcoming in the next week. Apart from this, you also have all of these summary information. Now, what Copilot does is it will also provide you with the references from which email in the thread it got this data from. I can simply click this references. It will take me to that email, and then I can review that particular email. So either I can, yeah, sorry, this is a bug report. Let me refresh. Yeah. So basically, I can simply do the same actions with other emails, and Copilot will lead me to that particular email. Now, let us suppose you would like to draft a response for a particular email. I can simply delete this, and then yeah, let us do this. I can respond back to Dhananjay on this particular email. Uh, Propose a meeting today, second half around 6 p.m. So I can also use Copilot to draft in a different language, in French maybe. So let us see how Copilot does. Oh, I used a shortcut to send that email. My bad. Let me draft again. And we'll use Copilot here. French. Let us generate that. And based on the thread, it will try to identify any particular information, important information that that might needs to be mentioned on this particular chain or the response. It will wrap that for you, and if you are happy, you can simply keep it, or you can retry using providing any updates or anything that's missing and you would like Copilot to add on your email. So I can simply just click on keep it, and you can see it will also help you with email signatures, and I can decide to send it off. So this is how Copilot can help you with your Outlook. Now, a few December updates are you can now use Copilot to actually schedule your meetings, not just propose, but also schedule your meetings. These updates are not yet available in the India region, which is why I'm not able to demonstrate this. But as per December updates, there are monthly updates with Copilot. So as per December updates, you have the ability to actually schedule one once you have the approval from your client or internal team over the email. So this is how you can use Copilot in Outlook. Let us switch over to Teams, where you can actually see the capabilities of Copilot. So as soon as you have a license assigned, right, you can see the Copilot available under chat section. Now, what the Copilot that you see right here is basically M365 Copilot, which has access to all your Microsoft Graph information. The difference in layman's term is what your the responses that you get here is collection of data or the training model or from all of your information. So basically, it will be accessing your emails, your documents on OneDrive, your documents on SharePoint. It will be accessing your Excel files, Word files, and PowerPoint files. But when you use Copilot in other individual applications like Outlook, it will only operate on emails. When you use on SharePoint, it will only operate on files. When you use on OneDrive, again, it will only operate on that particular file, so on and so forth. But with Microsoft 365 Teams and the M365 chat, you can use Copilot for any activity. So let me show you some examples. I have a few files stored here as per your feedbacks. I have a few files from the recruitment industry, a few from construction and law cases. So basically, let me run through a demonstration of a legal case. Maybe I would like to summarize a file that is showed on my SharePoint. So just to set the context, let us see the file first. So now you can see this is a 130 page file and a comprehensive PDF document. So I would like to understand more about this document. So I can ask my Copilot to summarize the file. So to set the context or add content, you can use /, or you can simply click plus here, and then I can search for my file. Let us use this. Now, so what's running in the back? Basically, Copilot is visiting the second component first, your Microsoft Graph information, collecting that information and passing it to the first component on our architecture, which is the LLM. LLM helps draft a response which is understandable and readable by us humans. And then it is sent through the third component, which is your Microsoft 365 application. So now the third component is basically a very simple thing. So you receive the response wherever you prompt your Copilot from. So now using my M365 chat, you can see a comprehensive document summary is prepared. I can similarly use Copilot to gather particular information from different files. So let's say list from maybe let's say this and this file. So now instead of manually reviewing this two different files, so one is 130 paged and I am using this as well, which is again a 32-page document. I can quickly ask my Copilot to do so. So now I have the list of allegations from both of these files. You can see Copilot is still collating all of these. I think there's an internet issue. Let me retry this. Yeah. So you can also, as per December update, you can now save your prompts. So let's say you are writing comprehensive prompts and you don't have to copy and paste them manually. You have the option to bookmark and save your prompts, so you can reuse those. That's one feature I'd like to talk about, but let us see the same prompt again. They have defamatory articles, serious harm through defense, damages, and other remedies. And from the other file, we have trial and legal claims, procedural history, issues of it. So basically, you get a comprehensive summary as per your objective. So now prompting is again an art. So basically, you need your objective, you need to set your goal, the tone you would like to receive your responses in, etc., etc. So once you master that ability to prompt Copilot, it can help you tremendously saving time and efforts. So this is how Copilot can help you with summary from your existing files. Let us see a few more features of Copilot. Let me show you a different use case. So you can see here, this is again relevant for any industry. I have four different examples of these emails. So two of these are structured and two of these emails are unstructured. But what I'm doing here is I'm sending a daily report to G1 of the list of activities that I've performed, right? And now let's say one of my KRA is also to draft a comprehensive report of monthly activities that I performed and send it over to my client. Now, doing it manually might take half an hour, 40 minutes, or maybe 15 minutes based on the individual capabilities. But what if I can say, what if I can actually generate, not say, I can generate it in a few minutes or maybe seconds. So Copilot does give you that ability with the Microsoft Graph information. I can simply use Copilot to draft that report for me. So let me show you an existing prompt that I have already ran. Here, you can see emails, email as well. So basically, you can see write an email about the same, displaying the monthly activities as report. So now, not only tabulated information for my monthly activities, it has also drafted a particular relative email based on that information. I can simply use this. Either I can edit it, get approvals from my uh, managers or senior team, or I can simply copy and send it over email. So this is how Copilot can help you, and a simple use case for different industries. Apart from this, Copilot also helps you with your meetings, right? Let me actually use this meeting for your reference. So let me switch over to my Teams. Yeah, so if you have the required licenses, you would have the option to switch to Copilot right here. I can simply ask Copilot on what all things were discussed, or what all follow-up activities are required. So basically, let me just ask for topics related to today's discussion. A prompt as simple as this will get you responses and a summary of the things discussed today. So now I can use that information to maybe draft a Word document for my internal team, or I can use that information to draft a PowerPoint presentation. So you can see right here, we have actually talked about introduction and welcoming. We have interactive session, audience feedback, introduction of presenters, overview of Copilot, demonstration, use cases, etc. And the session is still going on. So I can also use suggested prompts from Microsoft. So I can just simply say recap meeting. It should recap again. It should give you a similar response to this because the essence of these prompts are same. And this is how Copilot can help you with ongoing meetings. Apart from this, post meetings, it will automatically create action items for you, follow up activities, and AI based notes. So I should have an example of that as well. So if I can switch over here and show you the cap tab. Yeah. So right here, you can see the list of speakers and when they actually spoke. I can click and review that particular section. I can see the topics that were discussed and the chapters as well. So all of these information are automatically collated via Copilot. So I have the meeting notes right here, and then the follow-up activities for individual users. So we have follow-up activities for Adriana, sales team, Adriana again, Adriana and Adriana. So this is how Copilot can help you post meetings as well. Now, with this, I think I've covered most of the features and Teams and Outlook. Let me actually switch over to Office applications now. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to scan this QR code right on top of the screen, or use the link in chat section to submit your questions, and we will be covering all of these questions in details post this demonstration. Okay, so let me actually show you Word first, because it actually helps you with your R&D, getting started and creating your Word document or drafting your initial Word document. So I won't say that it would help you with the final report, but it's AI, right? It will keep on learning. Let me open up a new document. Okay, so let us go over the same example that we were going earlier, and maybe I would like to actually fetch information on particular topics that I can define on my prompt itself. So again, I can use forward slash to provide context. So I'm using two files here, and now I'll provide goals. Include the individuals involved in this case include the allegations and the final verdict. And we'll hit go. So now it will uh, fetch from Microsoft Graph both of these mentioned files because now I'm limiting the AI models and information to these particular files. I can see I have the individual list of individuals involved and the short description of them. So there are a lot of party involved. And then we have a list of allegations from both of these individual parties, key incidents, great, and then the final verdict. Again, there's some internet issue and Copilot stopped. No worries, I'll still keep this. And let us say I have a comprehensive document on. So at least we have a two-page document from two of these different files. Now I can maybe use this information to draft it more, to format it more in an understandable way. So let us use the key incidents section maybe, or something that has dates. So I don't think I have any information which has dates. Let me draft with Copilot. And again, use the both of these files and hit go. Let us see if we have any dates in this in both of these documents. Okay, great. We have incident reports with dates. I'll discuss this. There's some problem with my internet. No worries. I think we are required information to proceed with our demonstration. I'll just choose to keep it. I'll remove this incident and let us format this data with Copilot itself. I can hit Copilot and let us visualize this as a table. Now, great. So I have the incident, date, and description as well. If you feel happy with what's been presented, you can decide to keep it and then can simply remove these data. So Copilot will not automatically remove your existing data. There is a new feature rolling out. So basically, when you prompt, you would have an option to replace or add in your existing data. So for now, you are not able to delete, automatically remove the old data. So now you can see here, I have the list of key incidents mentioned in my documents in a tabular format. And that is how Copilot can help me with my research and development activities. So this is one example. Let me show you another example with SharePoint. And for this, maybe we switch over to the recruitment agencies. I have a few resumes here, and some of them are quite comprehensive with a lot of details. Maybe we can use Copilot to understand these resumes. So let us first do what anyone would do, summarize the file. And okay, this is about Brenda, and she has worked in numerous areas. So she has worked with actors, models, sport heroes. Yeah, so a lot of things. She is a hair and makeup artist. All right, let us ask Copilot what other roles Brenda would fit in. And based on the information on the resume itself, Copilot shall give us the roles. So again, might not be too relevant, but yeah, creative director, image consultant, sales and marketing manager, training, and I'm not sure where this is coming from. Maybe something's mentioned there. Training and development specialist, event coordinator, etc. So I can now use Copilot to understand candidates, maybe rate them. And okay, let us try this actually. We have a lot of resumes. Mm, I'm just trying to check if we can use this individual documents for our example. I think this should work. All right, let me switch over to Copilot. Let us use a new window and analyze the Let us see if this works. Great. So now Copilot can find all of these resumes, and then it is sharing me a quick summary of the experiences, the skills, and ratings as well. So there you go. Now you don't have to actually sit and manually review this. You at least have a first-hand review of these resumes. You can analyze if they are best fits, or maybe you're working on a document to be shared with your senior team. You can use this information, edit them either in Copilot pages or move it to Word document and review them. Again, as shared, Copilot will list all of the references where it got the information from. I can click, I can review each of these individual files, or I can keep asking on Copilot for follow-up questions. So this is how you can use Copilot in SharePoint and then use SharePoint information in Teams. So that covers our Word and SharePoint. Let us now use this document actually to demonstrate PowerPoint presentation. Let me move Teams control. Uh, okay, I've already drafted a presentation, but let me do it from scratch. We'll quickly open up a new presentation tab. If you have the required licenses, again, you would see the Copilot options by default. So let us create a presentation from file. Again, I'll use this and maybe this. So November update helps you tag multiple files in PowerPoint. Earlier with Copilot Wave 1, you only had the ability to use one reference in PowerPoint, which has now been increased. So let us see what Copilot does. And oops, sorry, I'm actually using the wrong file. We were supposed to use our Word document here from this summary file. I think we can use, yeah, we can use this one. Great. So how Copilot works in PowerPoint is a little different from other applications. It will always generate the outline of the presentation first. And with the Copilot Wave 2 release, you are actually able to edit this outline before Copilot generates your presentation so that you can save some time. So as of now, with the Copilot Wave 1, again, the updates are not yet available in India region. So the updates has already been rolled out in different regions like UK and US, wherein you can edit the outline before the Copilot generates your PowerPoint presentation. Now you can see just like that with the Word file, we have around 15 slides about this case, which is ready to be demonstrated to the internal team. Two things, sorry, two notable things with PowerPoint is first, all the images that you see are IP protected, and Microsoft holds these intellectual property rights. So you can feel free to use them as it is, or as per your business requirements or theming details, you can change this images. Apart from this, second would be the presentations are not only generated. So basically, Copilot is not only helping you with the assets, with the images, but it will also help you with notes on demonstrating or presenting the presentation to your internal team or to external. So basically, not only deck, but it will also help you with the notes. And you can see each of these slides have their own particular notes based on Copilot's understanding or what it can collate from the referred file. So since my Word file did not have much information, I think Copilot still did a good job for my initial version of the deck. So I can feel free to use this, reword this, or keep on working, like providing themes or changing the outlines that Copilot shared on the Copilot screen. So I can, let me switch back. Yeah, right here. So I can now switch or provide additional comments. I can use maybe suggested prompts. from Copilot, again, you have the plugin option here, the web plugin. And then here is where you receive the suggested prompts from Microsoft. I can keep on refreshing and trying different prompts, or I can choose to decide and save this document. So A versus A, case, summary, doc, and then, okay, this is online, it saves automatically. Great. So now this brings us to the end of Copilot for PowerPoint and Word presentation. Let me just demonstrate. I think we still have good amount of time to cover the Q&A. So let me quickly demonstrate the power with Excel as well. So Copilot in Excel can actually help you with basic operations like formatting, data correction, uh, to the extent of complex operations like generating information out of your data. So let me first delete all the context that my model has less information. And then let us copy this to be used in a different sheet. Since this is already formatted, let me copy this, put in here, and let us change it to values only. Uh, yeah, perfect. So now you can see there are some inconsistencies with my data. So comparing to this, I think the date formatting is removed and all of the amount columns have been stripped out. So basically the currency is still missing. So instead of correcting them manually, why can't we use Copilot? Maybe I can give you a few prompts about this. Yeah. So for date, we can use the short date format. Let us use that. Update the column name. Okay, perfect. Let us see how that does. Again, the way of operating or using Copilot in Excel differs. So basically, whenever you prompt for something with Copilot, oops, sorry, something went wrong. Please drop here. So whenever you prompt your Copilot, right, in Excel, it will give you the list of operations the Copilot or the AI model will perform, and you have to manually approve that. So I can now select apply for it to actually apply the changes. So now I have at least that understanding of not ruining my data directly and reviewing whatever actions Copilot would take. So I can see it will be applying short date format and then auto fitting the column. And right here, you can see my sales date column is updated. Accordingly, I can use another prompt to correct the amount columns as well. So yeah, add dollars to all the amount columns. Let us see if Copilot understands the amount columns. Yeah, can see the list of changes that is going to operate or perform. And right here, you can see the unit sold. Since this is number of units, it has omitted that. And then post which you have dollars or the amount currency on all of these amount columns. You can now use Copilot to simply perform actions like highlighting particular columns. Okay, let us use symbol here just for testing purposes and understanding. Again, it is looking for the range of data. And here you go. So you basically have the list of actions it is going to perform. I can simply hit apply, and that should apply the formatting options or the formatting operations to my Excel data. Okay, I think there's something wrong. Let us do undo. Sure. Oh, it's working on other sheet, maybe. Let me use plain English, and I'm not sure if the model was having trouble. No, it wasn't, because the list of operations are still the same. Let us try applying this. Oh yeah, there's some issue. Not sure. Only top 10 values. Okay, let us use this operation maybe just for demonstration purposes. If this is working, then let me apply. Yeah, it is working. There's some issue with the highlight operation. Maybe since it is still under preview. All right. So this is how you can perform basic operations on your Excel file. Let us see a few examples of complex operations as well, for which I can simply ask Copilot to help me understand my data. So let me hide this and then show insights about data. So this is basically a default prompt provided by Microsoft, which helps you understand your data. So let us assume you have received an Excel file recently and you're supposed to gather or collect any information that you can from that file. Now, obviously, it will take time to understand where the data came from, what the data is, what all options, what all columns do you have, and then create your information out of this data. But with Copilot, you can simply ask Copilot to show you insights or simply add insights to a particular grid. So now what this operation is doing, it is collecting and collating any information that it can make from your Excel file and transferring it to a sandbox sheet. So you can do your own rounds of test and research. So not only the charts, but also the pivot data are available. So I can now make edits based on which my graphs will be updated. Now looking at this graph, I can say within a minutes, my biodegradable products will cost the highest, and then I tend to sell more products when I have the highest discount bands, so on and so forth. So this is how Copilot can help you understand your data and perform complex operations. So that covers Copilot for Office applications as well. So I'll be happy to cover the Q&A section now. So I think we have covered PowerPoint, generating presentations using existing files. We have covered Word, writing summary documents. Yes, you are able to change tones as well. So once you have your first draft, you can simply uh, choose to regenerate and then provide a prompt like, can we change the tone to more professional or more casual or friendly manner? And then you can eliminate inconsistencies. Again, you can format your existing data into a different available formats, and then you can summarize in different languages as well. So if you have received a translated document, or if you would like to translate a document, you can still use Copilot. Great. So this brings us to our Q&A section. So again, you still have the QR code available while I'm addressing the questions. You can still scan, you can provide any questions, any issues, any doubts that you have, and then I'll be happy to cover them. So this brings us to the first question of the day. I think we are on the second one. Yeah. So how can Copilot help me with my reporting activities? Great. So this is a good question, but I believe which this is something we have already covered. You can use Copilot in Teams. So you can perform operations like generating summaries, writing emails for you on your behalf. Let me switch over to my Copilot environment. And then, yeah, right here, I think we have already showed you an example of how you can how Copilot can help you with your reporting activities. So this was one use case right here. I hope that answers your question. If not, you can please provide reactions, or you can again ask the same question in the chat section. Okay, I'll mark it as answered. Great. How can I avail a free trial for Copilot? So yes, this is again an interesting question. Microsoft does not provide any free trial by default. So we as Microsoft partners, we have taken this initiative of creating sandbox trial environments for anyone who's interested and providing 3-day free trial for Copilot. So if you are interested, you can connect to our team, drop a message in the chat section right here, or drop us an email. We'll provide you the details in the chat section for the same. So you can contact us. We'll set up a sandbox environment and we'll provide you the trial tenant to try Copilot for 3 days for free, no obligations. What can you do about conflicting meetings with Copilot? Great. So with Copilot Wave 2, you have an option to follow a meeting. So let's say you have a meeting today from 4 to 5, and then another meeting was scheduled on the same time. I can actually attend one meeting, and for the other meeting, you would have a different option, which is follow. So what follow does is it will simply prompt the people attending that meeting that, okay, Hari would like to follow this meeting. And once approved, the meeting will automatically get transcribed and recorded. Once the meeting is conducted, Copilot will create the follow-up activities, the AI notes, everything that we saw on the recap tab, and will provide you with these details. So basically, you don't have to actually attend the second conflicting meeting. You can always review the recap tab, and then under follow-up activities or follow-up tasks, you would receive all the things that you have missed. And also you have the mentions as well. So if you are mentioned on the call anywhere, you would have the list of mentions right here. I hope that answers your question. I'll mark it as answered. Is Copilot a user-based or tenant-based license? Yes. Copilot is a user-based license. So you will have to procure licenses for every user. And this actually comes up with a yearly commitment, but Microsoft is soon coming up with a monthly commitment as well. As far as billing is concerned, you have yearly commitment with monthly billing options as well. So Copilot is a user-based license. Let me share a few more insights on this. Why? Because when we say security, right? If it was tenant-based, it can simply operate on any information. But let's say if I am working for the marketing team, I as a user should not be able to gather information or collect insights from documents outside of my team, which is why Copilot is a user-based license. So Hari as a user at Intelligent, whatever files I can access, my Copilot can access that. And if a file is stored in a different team, I cannot collect any summary, any insights using Copilot, bypassing my security accesses. So, which is why Copilot is a user-based license. It respects privacy and security internally. Great. What are the licensing options for Copilot? Again, this is a user-based license, and there is only one licensing option available for now, which is with yearly commitment and monthly billings. But Microsoft is soon coming up with different licensing options where you can actually opt in to use Copilot on a monthly basis and pay for it monthly. How can we use Copilot to leverage Power BI? All right. So just for your information, this session was concentrated on Copilot for Microsoft 365, but Microsoft has already announced a lot of other Copilot products in different Microsoft capabilities. So you can actually use Copilot in Power BI to gather insights about your data or reports that you have already generated, but that is a different product. So you can prompt your Copilot to gather information about a demographic, about any account, or about any region for particular sales related information. It can help you with forecasting your tables. With forecasting operations are also available in Excel, which comes up in the complex areas, wherein it can actually help you understand and then forecast based on uh, a particular reach, right? So yes, Copilot can help you with Power BI. A lot of activities are involved. If you would like to know more, please share us or just drop yes or no or any kind of Q on the chat section, and I'll have my team connect. I'll have the correct Power BI team to connect with you and explore this. Okay, how can Copilot help with my reporting activities? I think this brings us back to the first question, which is already marked as answered. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to post it. We still have 5 minutes, so I'll be happy to take them now. Or yeah, let us wait for a few minutes. Shubham, do we have any questions in the chat section? All right, I don't think so. Great. So yeah, if you have any other questions, please feel free. You can use the QR on the bottom left and then submit or ask your questions. Great. Again, so this webinar is not all. If you have any queries, any issues, please feel free to drop us an email or contact us via details that would be shared in the chat section or presented on the next slide. And I'd be happy to take these questions. We also do monthly Copilot activities. If you procure any Copilot license, we will provide you free adoption training. And as part of our partner success offerings, client success offerings, we also provide monthly Copilot calls wherein we'll address any issues or any troubles that you have when using Copilot. So with this, I would like to end the Q&A session, and I would like to send it over to Malin. Over to you, Malin. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hari. That was a great demonstration. I think it helped us all understand Copilot a lot better. I hope this webinar has been insightful today. I hope it helped you understand Copilot. And if you have any doubts, as Hari said, please drop us an email on contact us, or you could just simply drop us a query on the QR code again. Um, Also, we would like to understand more about your thoughts, and somebody from my team or probably me would be connecting to you and dropping you emails. Do share your feedback. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to us today. It was great having you as an audience. Thank you. Okay. Hello, everyone.